Hello, YouTube. Good morning. Your favorite CPA, James Baker, is here today, and that's me. And I have a good call with two gentlemen. They're brothers. One's in Sweden, one's in Pakistan. They're doing Amazon, they're doing e commerce. They want to know how to do it. They have a lot of questions, and I do my best to answer all their questions. And I think they left the call happy. I think if you watch the video to the end, you'll leave the video happy as well. Okay? Thanks for being here. Let's get to the call, and I appreciate you. Let's go. Guys, you waited for me. Thank you.
Yes, we love you, so we have to wait for you.
I'm gonna give me some water. That last call I talked a lot. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
On that.
But let's get to it, man. Tell me a little about your business. What's going on?
Yes. So basically, our idea is that we want to register a company and we want to do business on Amazon. And our target market is the United States. And we would like to get some initial support from you or just a quick alignment here. So we want to know about the rules and regulation in the United States, how the things work there, how to register an LLC there, and what is the way forward.
Sure. So opening the company and getting all the documents that you need, that's one thing. It's similar to everybody. Everyone has to deal with that, and that's something that everyone does. So the difference with Amazon, and I've done a number of these, and they're so funny because I have people from all over the world that have U.S.-based Amazon seller accounts. Most people, let's say a lot of people from most parts of the world. I'm trying to think of like where most of them are located. To be honest with you, most of my clients in Europe and most of my Amazon clients are like Canada, Europe, maybe Asia. And then I have a huge Latin American base of clients, but most of them do like coaching or consulting or services or other kind of stuff like that. So that's been the difference. But what I found is that most people are able to open the seller accounts, but some people are not. And it's just weird how Amazon does this. And what we do is we provide support. So you need like proof of address. So even though obviously you're not going to be based in our office address, our clients use our office address, and I can give you a utility bill or something, like whatever you kind of need to show that you have an address here, and support you with that kind of stuff. And any kind of contracts or legal documents, that's kind of what we provide in addition. But it's definitely worth trying and worth applying to. It's just sometimes they don't approve everybody, and they don't really, just like banks, they don't really give you a reason why all the time. Are you a Swedish national as well?
Yes.
You're a citizen of Sweden?
Yeah.
So that makes it a little easier, Pakistan, you can do stuff from Pakistan, but it's easier from countries like Sweden and like Europe.
Well, if we walk through it, so I mean, one is to register FBA account on Amazon, and that for the prerequisite for that would be that we would have an LLC company registered with an ENI number, and then we should have a bank account.
Yeah.
And if we move a step backward, and if you want to have an LLC registered, do we really need to have an address in the United States, or can we use any address anywhere in the world? I mean, what does it make difference? Why should we be present in the United States, so to speak?
It's just what...
is it something required by Amazon? Is it something required by the state's law? Or
some banks want you to have a U.S. address, and you have to put down an address in the U.S. Regarding Amazon, I think they just do it for the KYC purposes. They need to know their clients. So if you can provide proper addresses for yourself and confirmation from your Swedish documents, often that works. And so the most recent one I did was from a woman who is from the Bahamas, and she lives there. She used her address there to register, but she had problems because just like the way that the Bahama license is writes her address, which is how her other bills write the address, is different, so it didn't approve her. So they're just like really particular. So we can try it. We would try and complete it like that. And I've done a couple of applications where we've gotten accepted. Also, it's just weird, and the stuff changes quickly too, because all of Amazon and these other companies are still figuring out what to do with their non-resident clients. So they change the information required all the time. But if you have an address in Sweden, you're a Swedish citizen, I think you should be able to move forward with that.
But I mean, if we compare the pros and cons, what are those? Rather using Swedish address or to be having a virtual address in the States?
It doesn't make a difference. Just getting the account approved is what you need. You know, whatever you have to do to get the account approved, it doesn't make a difference.
Okay. And the second question I had, it's more like on, well, let's say we have the LLC registered. How does the sales tax work in different states? Particularly for Amazon, if you, let's say, sell the products in different states and you are registered, for example, in Wyoming.
Here's something real quick. Back on the last point, they do mail. Amazon will mail you a postcard with a code on it to confirm your U.S. address. So you need to have some kind of receiving address in the U.S. But in terms of verifying the client yourself, you can use your Swedish address. You can tell them you live in Sweden, but then you need a business address here just to get the mail.
Okay, understood. I believe that's for correspondence. They need the presence in the United States.
Yeah, for correspondence and stuff like that, yeah.
And I believe we can, or you can support us to arrange with that.
Yeah, certainly.
Okay, perfect. Yes, with the sales tax, like if you are registered in Wyoming, but you sell the product in different states, how does that work?
So sales tax, you wouldn't have a physical nexus anywhere for sales tax. Well, it's actually kind of complicated here too. So when you send Amazon, if you're selling wholesale, you send Amazon all of your product.
Yep.
You might have sales tax nexus wherever Amazon keeps your products. Unfortunately, you don't have control over where they're keeping it. California specifically has been very, for some reason, they know about where Amazon keeps their stuff. So you might get, so what I've had clients get letters from California and that stuff. So that's one thing where you might have nexus. The good thing is that you can have Amazon collect and pay most of the sales taxes on your behalf, on all your sales, if you like.
Yes.
And the sales tax isn't an additional cost for you. It's an additional cost to the consumer.
For the consumer, yes. But I mean, if they can automatically adjust it for us, then I think it's like a heaven. So that we are good to go.
It's much better. You don't have to worry about it. Just turn it on so that they collect for you.
Okay.
The problem is they don't collect in every state. It's hilarious. Oh, I don't know, hilarious. It's ironic that they collect in like 47 of the 50 states, and like one of the states they don't collect is Florida. And you'll find that you sell a lot of stuff in Florida. We have a lot of people that buy stuff on Amazon in Florida. So you might still have to file and register and do it in Florida independently.
Independently, yeah. Then I believe you need to have. Can you do it with one ENI number, or do you need to have another one?
It's an EIN. You do it with one EIN number.
EIN, yes. Okay.
You have to register once you surpass 200 individual items or 100,000 in sales. You have to register for Florida and start collecting sales taxes in Florida.
Okay, yeah, then it's very specific to that state, I would say.
Every state has their own rules. Every state has their own state rules. It's crazy.
Yes. Well, we watched your videos already, and we came to conclusion that Wyoming is the best state to register the LLC. So I didn't ask for that. So I believe that.
We use Wyoming a lot. Wyoming's great. They all work, whatever. But I like Wyoming right now the most.
Okay, so that's why we are just moving ahead and we skip that part to save some time. Okay, good. One other thing I was discussing with my brother, and I was just thinking like maybe you can enlighten us more, because we didn't agree with each other. When it comes to profit, we have certain revenue and we have certain amount of profit in LLC company in the United States. And now we want to move that profit out of the United States, let's say, for example, to Sweden. How will it happen legally? I mean, not technically, because we can use any banking method that it will be transferred to Sweden. But does it apply that I have to pay income tax on that? Let's say we have $10,000 profit in the United States and I put it in my bank account in Sweden. Will it be taxable in the States or in the Sweden, or how does that work?
Then you'd be doing, if like 50-50, you and your brother, if it like multi-member LLC?
Yeah, multi-member LLC.
So what I would do in your case is you have to file your tax return, your 1065 at the end of the year, and this form attributes income to each partner. And this is done at the end of the year. And as long as you have no effectively connected trade or business in the United States, then you don't have to pay any taxes here. So you file that 1065, you attribute the income to yourselves, and then I would file, for you guys, I would file personal tax returns, 1040 NR, showing that you have no income, and we need ITINs for that, and then you don't pay any taxes on it.
Yeah, but that would be the states, but 1040 NR, will it help me in Sweden? Because in Sweden, it is, money is coming from somewhere.
Oh, I mean, you might have to pay tax on it in Sweden. I mean,
Yes.
But that's the thing. I mean, you pay tax where you live, and maybe it makes sense to have your brother in Pakistan be the 98% owner of the company, so that he so he can get all the money there tax free, and your brothers, you're close. That might make sense. I mean, you can use your stuff in Sweden to get registered easier. You can use his tax stuff in Pakistan to not pay taxes.
Yeah. So it could be like I could be 1% owner to register everything, and then he can be, let's say, 99% owner to. Well, I believe there is also 13% tax on income in Pakistan, but it's up to $50,000. It's 35% tax in Sweden. Above $50,000 per year, it's 64% tax. So you just
it's much higher.
Give everything to government.
Well, Sweden's a different kind of economy, different kind of country than Pakistan.
Yes.
So
absolutely,
you're probably from there, and that's so. So it's just different. You make $25 an hour working at McDonald's there, and here you make $6 an hour. So it's different everywhere. So what I would say is I would use U.S. bank accounts as much as possible, and just spend your money and keep it in U.S. accounts instead of transferring it all to Pakistan. In terms of the attribution of the profits, if you have him, so when you do your taxes in Sweden at the end of the year, you can say, yes, I'm partner of a foreign partnership, and here's how much money I earned, and you can share the tax reports, and it'll show if you're a 1% owner, you made this much money, and that's fine. And however you guys deal with the money is different. However you spend it or whatever is something.
Yeah, that's another story. It's more for legally to declare it. Otherwise, it's
that's what I would do. That's definitely what I would do in your situation, because I know Sweden's the tax authorities. I don't know, but I'm making a presumption that they are more organized and aggressive than the tax authorities in Pakistan.
Absolutely, they are very organized and very aggressive, because it's a socialist country, and we have one of the highest standard of living here, and that's how they need tax for it. Otherwise, it won't work. So, cool. Yes. That's all I have on my mind. Do you have some question?
No, I mean, you guys are, everyone's unique. Everyone has their own stuff going on, and it's, you're doing Amazon, but you're brothers from different countries and unique countries that I've never seen brothers living in. And it's, I mean, just in my experience, whatever. I mean, so I don't know. That's the unique part about this call, but the Amazon stuff is all the same. You open the company, you do your best in the application. They say no, you fix it, and then you apply it. They say yes. Then you deal with sales taxes and your filings every year, and you're basically done. It's all about my focus with my clients is to make this as easy for you as possible, so you can focus on selling more stuff, and and that's why I have like my private client services that I do with my clients. So you can just, again, you're just starting, so focusing on getting more sales, better products, better ads, better sales pages, and just crushing that, and not having to worry about this portion of it. Because I think on the call we've come to a good solution.
Yes, I agree on that. Okay, great. And if we would like to work together with you, how can you support us? Like, do you have something that we can look at, like package deal for us? Or
I'll send you the standard package that we do. I'll send you an email right now. And that's and if you're both on the calendar, I'll send it to both of you. And
that will be great.
It's like our standard private client package. We just get everything done for you quickly and organized, and then we support you if you need other stuff or need other help. But we get the company and the EIN and everything should be to you in like a week, and then you can get started.
Yeah, because what basically we are looking forward to have a company registered, to have EIN or ENI, I forgot it, to have a bank account, and also maybe to have some agent, because we would also need help with the yearly declaration of taxes. Because
Yeah.
I was watching one of your video, and if we miss it, we can get penalty up to 25,000 US dollars, and
With
that
a
won't be fun.
Yeah, with a multi-member LLC, they actually are much more consistent with the application of the penalties. But this penalty
Hmm.
is it's $200 per month per partner. So the max would for you guys would be like $4,800, but still
Okay.
a penalty that
Yeah.
you would want to avoid.
Yes, still, it's good to avoid, but good to hear that there are some cap on that if there is multi-member company.
Yeah, this
That's
is
good.
like an automatic penalty that you'll definitely get when you file. Whereas the $25,000 penalty is very right now, as of the date of this call, is very periodically applied for foreign-owned single-member LLCs. So it's not a common application. They could start doing it any day, and they would generate a lot of money because
Yes,
there's a lot of people not filing.
I can also understand that. Okay, good. One more follow-up question. When we register the LLC company, do we need also like a phone number there or something? Or
You might need a phone number for certain banks, but
okay,
for actually, it's most important to have a U.S. number for Stripe, PayPal, but the banks you can
yes.
usually and then if you come here and open an account at like Chase or a bank a physical bank here, you need a U.S. phone number
Mm-hmm.
because that's how they do a lot of
Okay,
their verification.
okay. And as you mentioned, you will have an address in the US where they send us the card or the post.
Yeah, for our
Will you
clients,
take
of
care?
course. It goes.
Yeah, will
It'll come to our office address. I have a full-time person who's just that manages my mail in my office every day,
okay, and they will forward it to us then.
and they'll forward it to exactly whatever you need, man.
Okay.
If you guys need legal docs, proof
Yeah,
of
okay,
address
yeah.
things, whatever you need, we want it. We want you to have a successful experience with this.
Perfect, perfect. That will be a good start, I would say.
Yes, that's the idea. Is to just get this over with, and then get back to finding the right product and writing the right
Yes,
ads for it.
yes, yeah, yeah. What we want to do with it, to
That's the
start with it
hard
and
stuff.
focus more on the product searching and hunting, and that is the hard part. I
That's
mean,
the hard. Exactly. If that was easy,
yes,
everyone would make millions doing Amazon. That's
yes,
this is kind of the I guess the easy stuff because you can just kind of solve it with a payment. You can't pay someone to find all the products for you,
yes,
and
absolutely, absolutely.
you know.
Okay, great. Thank you, James. It was really nice to talk with you. I really appreciate your time and looking forward to work together with you. So
Likewise, I'll send the thing, and I think putting this call on YouTube is going to be helpful for other people, and I don't think you guys lost
yeah,
anything from it. So
yeah, sure, sure. It's my
we'll be in
pleasure.
touch. I'll send you an email, and thanks for doing the call. It was nice to
Yeah,
meet you both.
thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, see you. Okay, so that call was really nice. These guys were have a unique situation, Sweden and Pakistan. That's pretty cool. So, a lot of people are opening Amazon stores right now, and they have a lot of questions. How can they do it? How does it work? And it's tricky. I've done it with a number of clients. I've applied with them, and we've opened the stores. And but after that, that's usually should be the easier part, and then the hard part is running the business, making the money. And the only reason the other part's easy is because you're working with me, and I'll help you with it. So. If you have any other questions about this, comment below. If I'm inaccurate with stuff, call me out. That's fine. I'm definitely not infallible. And also, if you want to see more videos on the Amazon process, maybe me recording an application, showing you guys how it's done, I probably should do that. I think that would be helpful. But yeah, if you want to call with me, schedule in the description below. I should have some times open to do these YouTube calls. And I wish you all an amazing day. Thanks for watching the video. Like, subscribe. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.